Like all things in life, nothing stays the same. Chocolate doesn't taste as good anymore, the air is unbreathable, and people have become unbearable. And so has anime. What used to be a world of weirdos and wonders has now turned into something that exists solely for mass and mindless consumption. It was a world that stood out. Now all it does is try to fit in. All we get now are shallow characters only made to market, speedrunning plots to cater to the brainrot generation, and prioritizing what sells over what matters. Sure, there are exceptions and even improvements, but today, like the pessimist that I am, I'll only be talking about everything that is slowly but surely ruining anime. With the power of short-form videos and drug called FOMO, anime has become the new cool, and with everything that gets too cool too quick, it turns into a big fat cash cow for the hungry corpse. Now, I'm not saying profiting off of what sells is wrong. What's wrong is killing off creativity in favor of going mainstream. For example, there's this anime called To Be Hero X by Japan and China, which I'm sure you've heard of by now, and while it's a fun watch, it's also a trailer for the horrors that are yet to come. From the very first episode, we're strapped into a roller coaster and yeeted straight into the plot. No hi, no hello, just glimpses of the characters we're supposed to care for, fueled with the power of friendship, and development as dry as the Sahara. Well, all the build-up was off screen because who wants to see any of that? Just give us high-speed action, peak animation, and pretty characters, and you've got yourself the anime of the decade. Like, I get you're in it for the money, but at least pretend you care about telling us a story and not selling us caviar on a stick. Flashy, overpriced, and painfully shallow. And I never thought I'd say this, but there's just too much anime nowadays. Anime used to be this weird little subculture where you'd find 3 socially awkward kids in school who watch Naruto and you'd become friends for life. But now everyone and their dogs have an anime list, a waifu, and a brain-dead hot take. All you'll find now are divided fans screaming into every void of the internet. My waifu solos your waifu. Peak fiction this, peak fiction that, or you're not a real anime fan if you haven't seen I got reincarnated as a public bathroom in another world. Now, I don't mean to sound like a granny going back in my day, but if you were there, you'd know the work we used to put in to build lifelong friendships over just a handful of shows, because that's all we had. And somehow, it was this scarcity that gave birth to the strongest anime communities. But now there's a show for everyone. Some fandoms have like a grand total of 1 fan, and it still gets a better adaptation than Berserk. And it's not just the fans. Anime itself feels more scattered, especially with Korea, China, and Netflix stepping in and dyeing anime with foreign colors, not just in designs, I'm talking pacing, values, and entire storylines, like how Netflix popularized the whole binge and buy experience. Gone are the days we used to sit together, spinning wild theories that connected us, that kept the story, the characters, and most importantly, the community alive. We are so many, yet so lonely. Now all we get are vending machine anime in the name of creativity, some community that's going to build. Can't wait for the new air fryer anime to come out, and if it someday somehow does, watch it have better animation than Blue Lock or the ending before the beginning. Another issue with anime today, it either follows a boring formulaic approach or it's just rage bait compressed into 13 episodes. Like for example in this show, the Shionji family children, which is about siblings who, surprise surprise, find out they aren't actually related. But not surprising at all when you find out it's written by the one, the only Miyajima Reiji, the author of Rent-a-Girlfriend. He must have really racked up his brain writing this masterpiece. I'm not saying we didn't have stuff like this before, it was probably worse, but unlike before, studios have so many options, and they still choose to adapt the most questionable series known to man. Either that or they'll pick up the safest bets, shows with isekai, overpowered protagonists, harems, rom-coms, or school settings because they're the perfect brain-numbing crowd pleasers. But fear not, for all hope is not lost. Once in a blue moon, we'll get shows like Frieren or Orb that challenge the norm with deeply written characters and with plots so fulfilling you'll feel like you watched a whole movie in a single episode. These are shows that don't try to forcibly stand out or fit in. All they do is build bridges connecting the author, the characters, and most importantly, us. I hope their success encourages more creators to just tell a story, regardless of what the algorithm or trends demand. Because at the end of the day, anime is all about human beings trying to be more human. For example, there was one I watched called Negative Positive Angler. It didn't make waves, but it did something better. It made me stop scrolling and start feeling with characters who found meaning in the everyday. And you know what? Maybe anime didn't lose its spark after all. Maybe it's just harder to find through all the smoke. Nowadays, everything just feels so bland, as if it was all AI generated or was somebody's self-insert fantasies. But on the bright side, with anime getting popular, it's easier to convince somebody to watch a show or find shows that resonate deeply with you without having to conform to the main street standards. Anime may no longer be one big happy family, but it's also become more personal, and so while it may feel lonely being a part of a barren fandom, it's also got a higher chance of striking a chord for you, like it was made just for you. Anyhow, that was my take on the whole are anime communities dying or are they taking a new life? Let me know if you feel the same way or are happy with how the anime world is evolving. Thank you for watching, take care.